You're listening to the Live Free podcast. I'm your host, Christine, certified life coach, pain to power mentor, and creator of Embody You Mindset Mastery School. I'm here today to discuss living life after disease, disaster, or adversity, to discuss living life fully once again, a life of hope, peace, and resiliency, a life fully embodied. I utilize the lessons that I learned going through not one, but two primary cancers. I'm here today to guide you to the life of your dreams, turn your pain into power, and lead you back to yourself. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Live Free podcast. Today, I want to talk about regaining confidence, and specifically physical confidence, beauty, body, the way that you feel as a woman after cancer treatment is complete. And truly, if anybody is struggling with body confidence who's listening right now, this is going to be helpful for you. So these are practical tips, so things that I did in order to start to feel more confidence. And my disclaimer here is that a lot of them are vanity based. They are physical things that I did. And yes, you can say until the cows come home, well, just accept who you are, just feel good, just love yourself, you didn't die, all of these sorts of things. And yes, I agree. I agree with all of that. And yes, there's a natural confidence that comes from that. But I don't believe, in my experience anyway, that you necessarily gain a beauty confidence, a body confidence, a vanity confidence from facing the Grim Reaper. I think that a lot of women are left with this feeling of like, well, I survived cancer, so I should be happy. And while that is true, and yes, there are so many things to be happy with, I don't think that you naturally have to be happy with the way that your body's been left after it's been cut and gouged and poisoned and filled full of steroids. And now you might be on hormone therapy and all of these sorts of things. It's not an easy process. It is hard on our bodies. We are left with a change in our confidence in terms of our physical appearance. And, and that leaves a mark. It does. Prior to cancer, I thought it was big then. I thought it was really big. And then I gained 35 pounds and it was awful. And I didn't feel good. I have cuts and scars all over my body. At one point, my left breast was smaller than my right because I decided to do a lumpectomy. I always have bruises. When I came out, I had no hair. I had ballooned so much, and there was a grayness to my skin. I didn't have the tautness that I used to have in my skin in regards to the loss of collagen. I had no lashes. They were stumpy, all these things, and I just did not feel good, and even now there are times where I'm reminded of how much confidence I should have had when, prior to all of this, and how I've had to cultivate confidence, how I've had to bring confidence into this new version of life where I don't have quite the body that I used to have. And I don't have quite the bounce back that I used to have. I don't lose weight like I used to. I'm not able to maintain a weight that I would like quite as much as I used to. All of these different things have changed for me. And I know if you're still listening, then maybe something has happened to you as well. Maybe you had a baby and therefore your hormones changed and now you have trouble. Maybe you're in a natural menopause, or maybe you, just like me, you're a cancer patient struggling with this chemical menopause that is causing you all kinds of havoc. So if that is you, if you are any of the above, keep listening. I have some practical tips that I utilized that really made me feel better. Okay, so like I said, they might seem really basic, but if you go ahead and actually get started with these, you're going to find a difference. So some of the things that I changed, of course, was I decided when I had the stumpiest lashes that were just growing back that I was going to get lashes. I decided that I was going to get glue-on lashes. They can be in strip form. I used a company called Lashify, and they're these like little mini strips that are a lot lighter on really stumpy lashes and that you don't have to take off every day. So I love that. And it really gave me that instant boom in my eyes that made me feel really, really good, really, really sexy and pretty. And it really made a difference for me. Now, I still buy these lashes, I still wear them all the time because I felt so good when I added this to my beauty regime. Another one that I put a ton of effort and time into is my skin. So right away, I jumped onto, I use things like Eminence. I use beautiful products that I can't remember the name of the product right now, but I utilize products from like medical aesthetics offices. I spend a lot of money on really nice facial washes and all of those sorts of things. And you can find discount ones that are just as good. But I spent a lot of time and effort finding really good face washes, lotions, scrubs, serums, all of these things, because I wanted to get that revitalization of my skin. I really believe that the best product that I bought that made the biggest difference was a vitamin A, and E and C serum. It's a serum that you put on that really brightens your skin. So I really recommend that one. It made a really good difference for me. I decided to do things like microdermabrasion, dermaplaning, things to get all that old dead skin off and get a nice glowy facial look to me. So I started working on that again. I got that all in place. And soon I'm purchasing a microcurrent machine, which I'm really excited about. And again, that's just going to tighten my skin and give it a more youthful glow, because after the collagen was stolen from my body because it pushed into menopause, I began to lose my elasticity. I gained wrinkles faster than someone my age would. And so I really wanted to bring that back. And on top of that, I started taking collagen for beauty. There are different types of collagen for bones, collagen for joints, collagen for nails. And then there's hair, skin, and nails. And I decided to take a hair, skin, and nails one. So I take a hair, skin, and nails collagen. It really helps to make a big difference for just plumping that skin back up and making me feel really youthful and beautiful. I invested in really good makeup, some really nice makeup. I went to the local shop that we have, Sephora, and I told them about my experience, and they got me some really great, really brightening, beautiful foundations and powders and setting sprays and all kinds of things. And I felt really quite beautiful after doing that makeover. So doing a makeover can be a really wonderful way of bringing that beauty back into your life, where you start to feel more feminine, because perhaps you don't feel very feminine at all. Perhaps you feel like, what's the point? I get it. I've been there. But the more that you can start to bring these things into your experience, the happier that you're going to start to feel. And now you might be wondering too, well, I mean, I don't have the pocketbook for that. I get it. I understand. Coming out of cancer, I hadn't been working for a year and a half. My husband had been working from home, so we were financially struggling. So it was really difficult. What I did is I asked, when people said, like, what can I do for you? How can I help you? I would say things like, you know what, I haven't felt beautiful in a year and a half, and I really need a hand. So like, if you're wondering what you can do for me, it's any sort of gift certificate, any sort of anything that has to do with beauty. I really need it right now, and I need to rebuild my confidence. And people were more than willing to, in any way that they can, help me with that, because you've just been through the ringer, you've faced the grim reaper, and people are asking, they want to help you. And if you can say something along the lines of like, you know what, I haven't felt beautiful in years, they are going to do everything that they can to help. And so I did. I utilized money from other people to buy these beautiful things so that I could start to feel better. And that is really important to do. And we are so conditioned to say, no, I'm fine, I'm good, thank you so much. And over again, building up this resentment towards people around us that were always willing to help, but we said no. And so they stopped asking, right? So when people ask how they can help you, be honest. Answer them. Yes, I would like this. And they will shift and move things around in order to help you. Another really great one is getting a photo shoot done. I did a trade for a photo shoot, and I told her that I didn't feel good in my body, I didn't feel beautiful anymore, and that I needed help with that. And so we positioned my body in certain ways that would make me feel beautiful. And when the photos came back, I truly did feel so beautiful. And that can be so fulfilling and so helpful to begin to see yourself as beautiful again, is having this experience. And many people aren't interested in going to do a boudoir or a photo shoot of any kind until their body is in a good state. But what's going to help you get there is going to be something like this, something that revitalizes you, that gives you this feeling of like, I'm worthwhile to put in this effort and time, as opposed to waiting until you're worthwhile in order to get this photo shoot done. So photo shoot was another huge one for me as well. Getting a new wardrobe that actually fits is really helpful. I mean, your old clothing prior to cancer probably doesn't fit like it used to, especially if you have a hormone positive cancer. Chances are you have belly fat in the middle, or you've gained weight in some way. And that new wardrobe can be a really big helper. And you don't have to get brand new clothes. You can go to your local secondhand store and you can find some gems in there. I know to this day, even though I can afford it, I still love going to secondhand shops, thrifting, finding all of these great pieces that I would not normally buy for pennies on the dollar, and feeling like $1 million when I leave. Really accentuating your waist, and then having something that flows over the stomach, especially with hormone positive, can be really great. I know that I went and I changed my dresses. I used to wear very straight dresses that were very tight in the stomach and in the hips. And what I found was the more that I could find really tight on the rib cage that A-lined out, the more beautiful that I felt. So shirts and tops, dresses that are more of an A-line so that they are flowing over the stomach can make a really big difference and make you feel that much more beautiful. Now, if you had a mastectomy, I personally had a lumpectomy, and so I was lopsided for a period of time. However, I know that mastectomies can be a huge, very painful experience. I hear it all the time from women who have gone through mastectomies and have said, like, I do not feel like a woman anymore. I do not feel beautiful anymore. There are a couple things here. If you are completely flat-chested, there are excellent bras that you can use that have padding on the inside, mastectomy bras, DMX bras. There are also inserts that you can utilize that are called Boombas, they stick to you and stick to the bra. They can be really nice about giving you that curve and that shape back. I know that some women use the crocheted boobs. Those are great too. Whatever works, that'll give you that shape back and put a feeling of femininity back into your chest can be really wonderful. I know for a friend of mine, she decided to go with the Boombas and she just loved it. She feels so sexy, feels so beautiful, and she likes being able to have that option. If you are instead lumpectomy like me, then there are inserts that you can do that will help to balance the other side while it is filling back in, or perhaps it doesn't fill back in, depending on how much tissue they had to take. But filling that in and getting the other side can be really, really helpful. For the ladies who had a reconstruction, you are left without nipples, or most of the time you are left without nipples. And that is so hard on women. And if you haven't looked into it already, I highly recommend the tattoos. They are gorgeous. And I have seen multiple photos of them, women who had their reconstruction done and then the tattoos done, and they look exactly like nipples. And it is such a beautiful thing to do. It gives you this feeling of normalcy. I know that it was absolutely life-changing for a friend of mine. It can be huge as well. So moving on from the breast side of things, maybe you are feeling like your hair has thinned like crazy. Maybe you don't have eyebrows anymore. You've lost some color. I love facial tattoos. I love them. I don't just mean microblading. I actually got permanent makeup done on my eyebrows, my eyeliner, and my lips. And every day I wake up and I'm wearing makeup, and I love that. I feel good every day. I feel beautiful every day. And it can be so helpful of giving that definition back that you might have lost. And then when it comes to hair thinning, using colored powders and sprays to fill in the part lines can be such a great revitalizing way of getting that beauty back into your look. And so that when you look in the mirror, you feel like $1,000,000. Another thing that I utilized was teeth whitening. After going through everything that I went through, my teeth were yellow and stained, and the enamel is a lot less strong, and therefore I gain stains quite a bit easier. And so I decided to go with teeth whitening. I partnered with a company, and through my work, I was able to create a partnership with Ultra White Clinic here in Saskatoon, and I absolutely love utilizing them. And I do teeth whitening with them fairly often. I love having bright white smile, and it really gives me this feeling of dazzling, of beautiful, of healthy, and it really brings back a feeling of beauty for me. I love teeth whitening. It may not be financially feasible for you, in which case there is a new purple toothpaste that is been taking the world by storm. It's utilizes color theory. I believe it's called High Smile, and it can be really, really helpful. You brush your teeth with this after you've used your regular toothpaste, and it will brighten the smile using color theory because purple cancels out yellow. So people's teeth are looking beautifully dazzling white for the day. You can use it for an event or somewhere you're going where you want to feel beautiful and get that teeth whitening back. Some other ones that I utilized that really made me feel beautiful was spray tanning. Every once in a while, I would get a spray tan if I had an event or something going on. And spray tanning just gives you this overall glow. You feel really, really beautiful. I love spray tans. There are organic ones now that are supposedly safer for the body. And I don't do it all the time, but if I have an event or a wedding, I'll get a spray tan, and I just feel so, so damn beautiful. Changing my hair color, I decided to go blonde after everything was done, and having that bright, beautiful blonde color was so nice and it really feels so sexy to me all of the time. I just love it. And now finally some tips that are actually going to move the needle forward for you in terms of getting well and feeling more beautiful is just start. Just start exercising. The exercise can be quite simple. It can be just walking around the block, walking up and down the stairs. Get started and build. So each week do 5 minutes, then the next week do 10 minutes, and then 15. Keep going. Yes, you are tired. Yes, you are worn out. I get it. But the more that you exercise, the better you're going to feel instantly. It's not just someday when you lose the weight, and you will, but instead it's because you're taking care of your body, you're going to feel better mentally right away. It can be really, really helpful. I know it really helped me. Of course, eating well and sleeping well can make a huge difference as well for you because you are taking care of your body. The more you take care of your body, the better you're going to feel in your body. And as you continue to you create these habits, you will, of course, lose the weight. You will, of course, start to feel better. The skin will brighten. All of the things that may be concerning you right now will improve, but you're looking at this mountain and you're wondering, oh my God, I can't do this. I get that. I know that feeling, but it's about realizing that it's going to serve you right away. It's not that someday when you lose the 30 pounds, which feels like too much of a mountain. Instead, it's going to serve your mental health right away. And that in itself can be reward enough to continue to feel good. I know for myself, when I am not exercising, I do not feel good in my body. Even though I'm the same weight, or maybe I've only gained just a few pounds, I feel awful. I feel unhappy. I feel uncomfortable. And therefore, I will begin to exercise again, not because I need to lose those 6 pounds, but instead because I just, I know it's going to make a difference for me. It's going to make me feel better. And now, finally, and probably the most important, is an alter ego. It is important to create an alter ego that is the new you that is coming out of cancer, that is coming out of this event, this traumatic event. And that new you might be daring. She might be sparkling. She might be a powerful personality, unapologetic about her needs and wants. Whatever that new alter ego, that new version of you that has come out of trauma, practicing that is going to make a huge, huge difference for how you look and feel, the way you carry yourself, and therefore the way that people see you and the way that you see yourself. Now, alter ego is not easy, but it is rewarding. It is something that I teach in my Embody Your Recovery course, in connecting back to yourself, my 10-week signature program, where you will, on the other side of that, start to feel like you again, be able to reconnect to who you used to be, but the up-leveled version after going through trauma. Reconnect to your body, your vitality, your confidence, getting back to work, whatever it is that you are wanting. It is about embodying the mind, body, and spirit behind your recovery. And I teach alter ego in that process. So if that is something that you're interested in, then check out the link below. I'm always running new courses. You can enter anytime. Depending on where the students are, you will be able to enter at any point. And then I also have launches as well, where I bring in new groups all at once. So watch for those. So I hope this was helpful in regaining body and beauty confidence. I know that I put in this money and this time, I put in this effort, and I feel more beautiful than I did any time before cancer. And it is because I've put myself first. And it's not easy to do. I know, especially financially, it's not easy to do, but it is important. And it's going to change the tides for you. It's going to turn the needle for you, it is important to put yourself, your body, your image, your vanity first, even though it was something that we weren't taught to be able to be okay with. We were taught that that's a sin and that it's not okay, and to care about what the way you look. It matters. It matters how you look. It matters how you feel. And when you put in that effort and that time, that money, you create that alter ego, you help, let your friends buy those things for you, whatever it is that is going to help you, you are going to begin to feel better. And when you feel better, then life is just easier. It's nicer. It's more enjoyable, your day to day. So don't discount your need and your want for vanity. It's okay to want to feel beautiful. It is ingrained in us as women to want to feel beautiful. You are allowed to do it. Okay. So I hope that some of these more practical tips of how you can begin to feel confident now, how you can begin to feel more beautiful now, are helpful, and that you utilize a few of them, ones that shined out for you. I will list them below and you can enjoy. All right. Talk till next time. Thank you so much for listening. If you found expansion with this last episode, then that means that others will too. And the best way to get the word out about the podcast is by leaving a review. I would be so grateful if you could leave me a review and let me know how you felt about the podcast. Included in the show notes will be everything that we talked about today, including all of my transformative programs. Change is just on the horizon, my friend.